Hey everyone, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. In this video, we're going to follow up on the video that we posted yesterday in which we talked about the 1946 Roosevelt dime. Now, the year 1946 was a special year for the Roosevelt dime because that was the first year that it was produced. So this video is going to be kind of the nickel version of that. Now, we've got a stack of 1939s right here on the right. So that's what we're going to talk about because it was the first full year of production for the Jefferson nickel. So much like all the videos that I talk about, there's generally exceptions to every rule that I state. Now, 1939 wasn't the first actual year of production, but it was the first full year of production. So in 1938, the year before, they split the production between the Indian head over here, which you see 1938, and the Jefferson nickel. So the production amount for the year 1938 are going to be very low because they were split between the Indian head and the Jefferson nickel. So as far as the mintages go for 1938, we're talking about 19 million at the Philly, 5 million at the Denver, 6 million at the San Francisco. Then the next year, the first full year of production of these guys right here, there were 120 million at the Philadelphia, 3 million at the Denver, 6 million at the San Francisco. So if you've come across some 1939s while coin roll hunting, it's kind of cool because you found something prior to 1960. Unfortunately, if it were a couple years earlier, you would have come across a Indian head nickel. Now I'm going to move the Indian head out of the way and we'll just flip these over right here. And we'll look to see if there are any from the Denver or San Francisco mint. Now, if there are from the Denver or San Francisco mint, it will have a little mint mark right there. Unfortunately, the odds are not in our favor. There are 120 million that were made at the Philadelphia and only 3 million at the Denver and 6 million at the San Francisco. So I'll just flip these over as we discuss. Now, the key designation for these Jefferson nickels that will make your coin worth a lot of money are having that full steps designation. Now, the full steps, unfortunately, might not even have to do with wear and tear of the nickel. A lot of the nickels came out looking like this right when they came right from the mint. So you can see that kind of blob right there where the steps are. It looks like kind of a granite kind of block right there. That on some more well-defined Jefferson nickels is going to look like this. Now this one is a much earlier one, so it's got some cleared up design characteristics to it. But as you can see, there we go, that's a good lighting. We see this one has defined steps going horizontally across. That's what's known as the full steps. Now you can count them. Sometimes they vary a little bit with the number of steps that they actually fit in there. Now with these ones, look how bad it looks right here. That is not even close to being full steps and no mint mark. So that's unfortunate. Now let's get into the Pcgs price guide. So the Pcgs price guide, now I'm going to talk just about the full steps designation. These ones are going to be worth the money. These ones are where the money is at. So for yours to be worth money, for it to be worth getting graded, it's got to hit that Mint State 64 designation. Pcgs has a price guide for the Mint State 64 of $52. Mint State 65, 160, Mint State 66, 225, and a Mint State 67, 1,115. As you can imagine, a Mint State 67 is pretty rare. Pcgs has only graded 15 of those that have hit that Mint State 67 designation. So we're still working our way through all these 1939 Jefferson nickels. As I talk, it's kind of hard to both talk and flip them at the same time, but we haven't come across any Denver or San Francisco mint ones, and we've got 3 to go in the flipping. So let's just power through these 2 right here, and then I'll start talking about the rarity in the survival estimates. One of the cool features of the Pcgs price guide. All right, here's the last of the 1939. Flip it over. Unfortunately, no mint mark. And this one has seen some better days. This one barely has any definition to the reverse of it. So here's again what they should look like. Nice reverse. You can see some windows, see some nice details, and then we've got this blob right here. So as far as the survival estimate, PCGS has estimated that 18,000 of them have survived at a mint state 65 with a full steps designation. So a mint state 65 or better have survived at 18,000. That's good news for us coin collectors, us coin roll hunters, is that we can still come across these right here. Now I noticed that's a piece of the felt that was on there. I thought it was a die crack, but just a piece of the felt. So the 1939 reverse has the same reverse as the 1938, and it's less common than the reverse of the 1940 variant. Now there are some examples, so they switched it up in 1940 and put a more detailed reverse on it. There is one example noted in the Cherry Picker's Guide to Rare Die Varieties of United States Coins, in which there's a 1939 that has a 1940 reverse to it. And that one, it's a proof coin, 1939 proof coin, at a PF 67 rating is worth 3,000 buckaroos. So that coin is worth a lot of money. Let me give you some description of it. The vast majority of the 1939 proof Jefferson mintage were produced with the reverse of 1938, which had kind of wavy, ill-defined steps on Monticello. However, a very few of the proof coins were produced using the new enhanced design of the 1940 with sharp, well-defined steps. So this one right here doesn't have any steps at all, but if yours has very well-defined steps for the 1939, then you've hit the jackpot. So I guess generically, if they are going to have steps for the 1939, they're going to tend to be a little bit wavy, which is the same kind of characteristics that you would see on the 1938. And then in 1940, they have improved those. So there were some improved reverse dies that made it on to 1939. There's also a quadruple die reverse that's noted in the Cherry Picker's Guide, as well as a double die obverse and another double die reverse. So keep your eye out there for some error coins for 1939. That's really the only way that your coin is going to be worth significant money. You guys probably already knew that when I said the mintage of them was 120 million. So if you come across these, it will be cool because you'll see the 19 then starting with a 3. You get pretty excited, then flip it over. Check out the steps on the reverse. If you've got some good definition there, your coin could be worth a lot of money. And if you've got a mint mark, I would recommend hanging on to those as well and setting them aside. Now, if you do a lot of coin roll hunting, you'll get a nice kind of pile of 1939s like I've got right here, but you'll have trouble getting those Denver and San Francisco mint. All right, everyone, that's all I've got for today. Hopefully you found this helpful. 1939 Jefferson nickels, very common, but keep your eye out for those steps on the reverse of Monticello. Thank you very much, and best of luck coin collecting out there, everyone. Enjoy.